capabilities when you switch to Spectrum Internet Premier for only $30 per month when bundled. And save with our 3-year price guarantee and no contracts. Call 1-844-653-6824. With the fastest, most reliable internet, you're always front row to the entertainment you love, no matter where you are. And with advanced Wi-Fi to keep you safe and secure online, you can focus on what matters the most. Spectrum Internet doesn't just power your home. It puts streaming, live TV, sports, and popular apps all at your fingertips. Get incredible savings when you switch to Spectrum Internet Premier for just $30 a month with a 3-year price guarantee. That's our promise to you. Call 1-844-653-6824.
Does your child struggle with anxiety, depression, or ADHD? Are they on the autism spectrum or hurting themselves? ROE provides comprehensive mental health care for kids ages 8 to 17 and accepts most insurance.
When our daughter completed her time at ROE, the difference was profound. The extreme behaviors that we came to deal with were just gone. It was magic.
ROE. Get help today. Visit roeteen.com to learn more.
Nothing feels as good as driving a new Hyundai. And now you can get a great deal on your favorite model at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Plus, every Hyundai is backed by America's best warranty. Hurry to the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event before this offer ends. Make your next getaway your best one yet. Drive away now in the Santa Fe with 1.99% APR for 72 months. Only during the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event.
The Ortho Mattress Veterans Day sale is on now. Introducing the reimagined Beauty Rest Black, pocketed coil technology, unparalleled motion separation, and individualized support. It's the season's lowest prices. Save 50% on best-selling mattresses or save hundreds on ortho adjustable bases. Plus, enjoy 36 months of zero-interest financing. Don't miss the Veterans Day mattress sale, only at Ortho Mattress.
Ortho Mattress.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Carlos Herrera, live this morning in Camarillo. The mountain fire is still scorching Ventura County. It's already destroyed more than 130 properties and forced mass evacuations. This morning, officials say the weather is cooperating and firefighters hope to gain containment. We have details coming up in just a few minutes.
Good morning. I'm Frank Buckley. The winds have eased up a bit, but many Southern California Edison customers remain in the dark this morning after safety power shutoffs. We'll have the details just ahead.
I'm Eric Spillman. President-elect Trump hashing out some personnel decisions in meetings at Mar-a-Lago. He settles on a chief of staff who will make history. The latest coming up.
Good morning. I'm Jessica Holmes. People across the country, including teenagers, getting disturbing text messages after the election. Now authorities are trying to track down the sender. We'll explain.
I'm Andy Reesmeyer. Coming up, it's New Music Friday. Waiting on Grammy nominations to drop. We'll bring them to you. Plus, new music from Moana, the second movie, and from Tyla, a new song. But is it new if it reminds us of everything? That's all coming up.
The best news people are hearing today is winds are dying down. That's the greatest thing going for us right now. Beautiful clear skies at LAX and predominantly clear skies all the way across the forecast. Coastal 68 downtown, while the high of 72 degrees, 80 for the San Fernando Valley. Breezy and sunny both inland Empire at 75 degrees, high desert 70 with some morning frost. That said, Gingerwood traffic.
I'm sorry. Someone was talking in my ear. Hey, good morning to you guys. Good morning, everybody. So we have so many things to talk about. In this situation, I was like, oh, this is kind of interesting when we don't have like rain. 710 is the northbound side, right at about Florence Avenue. Oh, I know why. Maybe because we have so many of our friends who drive big rigs, and then sometimes, you know, the sensitivity of the freeway here. So we have large potholes. That's basically what the report is coming in about it. When they have to repair it, it is a swift process, but it does happen. And that means sometimes they'll have to stop all those lanes. You see some of those delays again, sitting in those two right lanes for the 710 north at Florence Avenue, 5 north at Alicia Parkway. So this type that's still sitting in lanes, it looks to us like the middle lanes are blocked, and they're going to need several tow units to get to the scene to help clear it. We saw some of those delays here, trying to get closer to that El Toro Y. That's where you're going to start to lighten up on the brakes. But in general, we're still looking at a pretty busy ride for our friends heading into areas of Mission Viejo on this stretch of the 5 freeway. We got the 73, got the transponder. That's the way to go. I'll send it back to you guys.
And back to our breaking news. The mountain fire burning in Ventura County has grown to more than 20,000 acres. At least 132 structures, mostly homes, have been destroyed. Yesterday, Governor Gavin Newsom visited the burn area and proclaimed a state of emergency. KTLA's Carlos Herrera live in Camarillo with the latest for us. Carlos, good morning.
Frank, good morning. Waking up to some encouraging news from officials. The weather is cooperating. The wind has died down, and firefighters taking advantage of that. The fire didn't grow significantly. They're gaining containment as well. They hope to continue that throughout the day. But unfortunately, as you know, the damage has been done. Many families have nothing left to go back to. You can see here, this is one of the 132 structures that were destroyed by the fire just 2 days ago in this area near the Las Postas Country Club. 80 others were damaged. Take a look, because there was fire activity near Santa Paula, just north, as the fire pushed towards that area overnight. It continues to blaze a path of destruction through homes, agricultural property, and equestrian ranches, rather. There are still some 800 firefighters on the ground and in the air that are aggressively battling the flames. There's been an intense air assault and a fierce fight on the ground by firefighters. The decreased winds are allowing them to make some good progress by flying all their heavy helicopters and air tankers, which authorities say have been crucial in gaining some ground.
It was a significant 36-hour firefight. We had many firefighters that they were out on the line. They fought fire for 36 straight hours, which is that's a feat of human strength.
But the path of destruction is clear. Governor Gavin Newsom toured it yesterday. He declared a state of emergency to bring in some much-needed resources. The fire is more than 20,000 acres. It's torched some 31 square miles since breaking out Wednesday under a combination of unique weather conditions that officials say created the perfect environmental recipe for it to quickly spread. Although it's now 5% contained, authorities say it's just not safe enough for people to return to their homes. Some 10,000 remain evacuated this morning. Evacuation orders still in place, stretching from Moore Park, Camarillo Heights, Somas, and Santa Paula. You see the map there. Before authorities can allow people to repopulate the impacted areas, they need to make sure that all the fire is out and utilities are safe, which could take a few days. In the meantime, firefighters will be offering residents a helping hand.
Over the next few days, as you repopulate, you will see yellow Ventura County Fire Department pickup trucks driving around those areas. You'll see lots of fire trucks, but you'll see specifically small pickup trucks with 2 firefighters in them. Those are community liaisons, community representatives out there to assist you. If you need help, grab them. If you're going through your house and want help lifting something, moving something, sifting through something, dealing with damage, grab them.
A briefing is expected at 10 a.m. Officials will give us an update on the acreage and the number of structures that have been destroyed or damaged. They expect that number actually to increase. We're live this morning in Camarillo. We'll send it back to you in studio.
Carlos, thank you for that this morning. The winds, they have died down, but thousands of intentional electricity outages are still in effect. Here's a look at the current outage map by Southern California Edison. All those yellow dots indicate where electricity is still out. The utility cut power as a precautionary move to prevent additional wildfires. That's because strong wind gusts could snap power lines or cause other electrical equipment to spark. This morning, there are more than 8,200 areas reporting outages around L.A., Riverside, San Bernardino, and Ventura counties.
A no wood burning order is in effect today for a large part of Southern California. It's because of the excessive amount of particulates in the air from the smoke of the mountain fire. The order covers non-desert areas of L.A., Riverside, and San Bernardino counties, as well as all of Orange County. Mountain communities above 3,000 feet are exempt. The order is in effect until 11:59 tonight.
President-elect Trump has taken the first step in building his new administration. He selected his chief of staff, who is a woman. That is a first for any president. KTLA's Eric Spillman live in the newsroom with the latest. Eric, good morning.
Hi, Jessica. The chief of staff to the president is one of the most powerful jobs at the White House. Trump went through 4 of them during his first term of office. He has named Susie Wiles to the role of chief of staff for the next Trump administration. Wiles is a longtime political operative. She worked on Trump's campaigns in 2016 and 2020, and she was co-chair of his campaign this year. She's been active in Florida politics for many years. CNN is reporting that she demanded that she be given the power to control who will get access to Trump in the Oval Office before she agreed to take the job.
She's tough. She understands how to navigate that difficult world that can be politics, but also even more so in the Trump orbit.
Trump, in a phone call to NBC News yesterday, says his goal, once he's sworn in, is, quote, to bring common sense back to the country. He was asked about his plan to deport millions of people who are in the U.S. illegally and how he would pay for that. He said, quote, we have no choice. When people have killed and murdered, they're not staying here. There is no price tag, end quote. He also told NBC that he has spoken to 70 world leaders since winning the election, including Ukraine's President Zelensky and Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu. Trump will be inaugurated on January